Hey guys, Cart from CQB Radio. As always, thanks for checking out the review. I've been doing a lot of gear reviews, but today we're looking at an AEG, and this is the SOCOM M14 by G&P, and I'm just really psyched to talk about this gun. You're going to find this over at evic.com for between $280 and $300, depending on what version, what color you get. And this is really just an excellent AEG. If you know anything about G&P, they just make really, really top-notch stuff for airsoft, and this gun does not disappoint. I'm amazed that you get this gun and included in the package is this red dot right here, which at some sites you're going to pay around 50 bucks for it. So when you take that out of the price, you're talking about getting this M14 for around 250, which is just really, really an excellent deal. So the whole package does come with the mag and the red dot as well, and I'll tell you what else comes with it. But this is just really a sweet gun, and let's look at it up close and personal. Now, if you don't know a ton about the M14, it's kind of the modern version of the M1, which has a long military history, and it's generally considered a DMR, a designated marksman rifle. It kind of hits that middle range between your standard M4, M16 for your rifleman, and then your bolt action for your sniper. So it's kind of in between those two worlds, and the nice thing about it is a semi-auto in the real steel version, so you put your magazine in and you can keep pulling your trigger until your magazine is empty. You don't have to bring that bolt back every time like you would on a bolt action sniper rifle. With the airsoft version, it does have safe semi and full auto, and it will give you very good range. Most people who have used M14s in airsoft will attest to the fact that they do have excellent range. So, all right, let's start from the stock on this guy and then move up to the front. When it comes to battery installation on this guy, you got these two bolts at the end. You will need a flathead screwdriver to loosen them up. You can take them out, and then your battery goes here in the stock, and you can see it is a Dean style connector, so you're going to have to make sure you have the proper battery connection point to actually do that. And I'll show you something else that's cool here, which is that you can see it has the arrow pointing up to show you which end is at the top, but you can also see a number 1 there. Each one of these plates has a different number on it, so you can adjust your length of pull essentially. You can adjust how many of these or how few of these you want on for your the end plate on your stock so that it fits you better. So another cool feature of this AEG. Other than the battery installation on this guy, I will mention about the stock that you do have a rubberized end plate, which is good. It'll give you some good grip when you actually do shoulder the rifle. This is a cheek riser, which is adjustable. You basically loosen these two knobs on this side, and then these two knobs on this side, and then you can raise that up and adjust it to whatever is comfortable. So let me show you what that looks like in a different position. It's a little bit hard to do with one hand trying to work the camera, so let me pause, and then we'll adjust it. So here's what it looks like when you bring it up a little bit. The nice thing about this is it's basically a tension operated system, so you can bring this guy up or down wherever you want, and then just once you get it to that proper position, just crank these guys down, the ones on the other side, and you are good to go. Alright, I want to pause for a second just to talk about the coloration of the gun. The official color of this gun, according to G&P, is called gunmetal, and you may hear people talk about it as a bronze or like a dark earth, but the best thing I can compare it to is the coloration in ATACs. And if you can see my hat here, it's got some of those gray tones, some of those brown tones as well, and I think it would be just, you know, totally fine for an airsoft op out in the woods, or if you're in an outdoor setting of some sort. Definitely not a CQB gun because it's too big anyhow, but you shouldn't have any problems whatsoever as far as camouflage goes. Moving forward, you can see we've got the pistol grip. Most M14s don't come with a pistol grip, but this guy does. Very comfortable. It's actually, you can see, molded right into the receiver there, so you can't take it off or replace it with something else, but it's definitely going to be very sturdy for you. Standard M14 features here when it comes to your safety. Basically, you pop that guy out of the trigger guard, then you can pull the trigger, and then when it comes to actually releasing your mag, same thing as well. And this is a mid-cap magazine. It is all metal, and this guy does have the capacity to take TM style M14 mags. Looking up on top here, here's where all the action is going to be happening. Got your bolt over here, and then you've got your rear sight, which is adjustable for elevation and windage using these two side knobs. Got some cool trades here. US Rifle 7.62 Springfield Armory. You can put a scope mount on this guy if you want to. It is not included, but if you want to not use a red dot up here on this rail, but instead want to use a scope, you can put the scope mount there. Hop up is actually up inside the mag well, up underneath. I'll show you that in a minute. Most M4 style guns, you pull your charging handle back or your bolt back, if you will. On this guy, you would think the the hop-up would be in there, but M14s is just not how they're built. Moving forward here on the gun, you can see your metal rail that I had the red dot on before, and then you do have a sling swivel here, and then there's also one in the back underneath there. And just a note that when you do take off that back panel to install your battery, that guy will fall out when you take that back lower bolt out, so just make sure that you're aware of that. And then move it all the way up to the front here, you've got your metal outer barrel, and then you have your standard birdcage style flash hider there. So you move your mag, and then you can adjust your hop up. You can see the little knob right there, and it has an arrow pointing that way. So if you want to adjust the hop up that way and down the other way. I do want to note, you can see the magazine is in here, and you can still see the hop up. It is accessible. So with the mag in, you can adjust the hop up. I just find it to be a major pain. So I'm also not using the hop up that often when I'm at an airsoft op. You know, I'm usually set up by the time I get there. So, but just know that you can adjust it. If you got small hands, or you can just use a little tool to get in there to adjust it while the mag is still in. Looking at the red dot here, you can see you've got your lens covers that come with it, which you can remove if you want. And then inside, I already had it turned on, but there's your dot, and you can see you've got 0 to 5 as your different settings for whatever brightness you want. So really nice red dot. You got that QD mount there to take it on and off quickly, and very impressed that they put this guy in with this package. I've got one of these guys. Actually, I got it separately, and I have run one of these guys on a different gun. It's just been totally great. I mentioned before that this guy does come with the classic M14 style flash hider. So there it is, and then also the hardware that you need to attach it. So you can go with a classic look for the M14, or you can go with the birdcage style flash hider as well. Really, the main other thing I want to talk about on the right side of the gun is just your selector switch. You've got your safety here, so it's on safe, and then when you put it on fire, now you've got semi-auto, and then crank it to go to full auto. Your FPS with this guy is going to be in the 380 range with .20s. Certainly you can upgrade this guy if you want to put a Type bore barrel in it, if you want to do some work in the gearbox. It does come with the G&P reinforced gear set, bushings, and mech box. So it's really a high quality mech box. If you want to upgrade something, put a stronger spring in there, or swap out the piston or something, you could certainly do that to extend your range a bit and increase your FPS as well. So I used to always, in my reviews, talk about the range of the gun. Every time I do, though, I get somebody who's telling me that's not true, or I can't believe that my gun shoots, 700 feet with a .12 gram BB. So let me just say this. With this gun, you're going to have excellent range. It's going to be better than your standard M4 that's out there. Again, M14s, I find that they have excellent range. And with that semi and full auto option, it's actually a really, really good gun if you are involved in airsoft events that are happening outdoors. So all of that said about the M14 SOCOM from G&P, here's what I'll tell you. If I were to buy an M14 right now, this would be the one I would get. Bang for the buck, what you get with it, its overall function, this is just an awesome gun. If you want to spend upwards of, $380, $400 and get the G&G EBR version, then you could certainly do that, but I just think for less than $300, this is just an awesome gun to get a hold of. So check it out over evic.com. There's a link down below. As always, thanks for checking out the videos, guys. This is Cart from CQB Radio signing off. Keep on firing.